Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the biggest two-night extravaganza of action in pro wrestling history. That's right, it's time for WRESTLEPALOOZA. I'm your host, Silver Spoon, joined as always by my partner in crime. It's Captain Tibbs.
And here we go!
The following match is the finals of the 2022 J1 tournament. Introducing first, hailing from parts unknown, he is the Jeb-A-Dook.
And Tibbs, I don't want to jinx the man, but if you looked up ball of nerves in the dictionary, you gotta have a picture of the Jeb-A-Dook right next to it, competing in the finals of one of the biggest tournaments in this company's history in the opening of the show. And then in the main event, to be challenging for the JWF championship, Tibbs, the Jeb-A-Dook's got the world on his shoulders.
And it is a hefty roll.
And his opponent, hailing from Birmingham, Alabama, it is he, the Blake Tanner.
But I will say, you want to talk about Jeb-A-Dook pulling double duty, so too will this man be pulling double duty, albeit not in the same night. But let's not forget, tomorrow Blake Tanner, his tag partner Scotty Moore are going to be involved in an absolutely hellacious triple threat TLC match. And Tibbs, you know, you've seen the BS Boys in action in those kinds of matchups. That is not going to be an easy road for them to take.
Not at all. Even getting a day to recuperate, some would say that may be even worse. That allows time for bruises to form. That's time for the injuries to start to ache and hurt. I mean, honestly, I'd feel better in Jeb-A-Dook's position right now, just getting 2 matches out of the way. Ah, shit, I'm doing the first thing, aren't I? Maybe.
That is right, Tibbs. In fact, you want to talk about Blake Tanner having double duty? He is, because later tonight, he will be taking over commentary duties during your match against your son, Chuck Tibbs. But for now, let's get into the action. Of course, this match, like every single matchup, contested under Defiant rules, which, of course, so too will be another match we're having later tonight. That fatal 4-way for the Defiant Championship, which you got to think our Defiant Champion himself, Chuck Gibbons, he didn't know he was fighting until last night. So you know he is going to be definitely nervous heading into that one.
I would say so. I would be nervous right now if I was Blake Tanner. He's been hitting him with those flying uppercuts, and Jeb-A-Dook just does not want to go down.
That is right, and you got to think for both of these men, but especially Jeb-A-Dook, you're going to be worrying about getting this done as soon as possible. You got to be worrying about getting this match over and through with so you can move into your title opportunity. Wait a minute. Oh, kicking out is the Jeb-A-Dook.
Which probably means we're going to see a lot of impressive offense, but we're going to see some, when you're not thinking that straight, you're going to be leaving some openings, and that could be where we see an instant end to this match.
That is right. I mean, think about what the champion himself, the Dylan, has been saying about the Jeb-A-Dook as of late. Yes, he has been impressive. Hell, in the J1 tournament, he has gone undefeated, but also his mind hasn't been focused. You gotta think, ever since the Dylan found out he was gonna be facing the Jeb-A-Dook back at the Regal Rumble, all Dylan has been doing is eat, breathe, sleeping the Jeb-A-Dook and his fighting prowess, his fighting ability. Meanwhile, Jeb has been having to focus on the J1 competitors, but looks like all of that focus has paid off because he has locked him in. The Soul Taker, attempting to suck the soul of the beast straight out of his skull.
And that does not look like a pleasant maneuver right there. Blake Tanner fighting for everything, for his very soul to get stolen from by the Jeb-A-Dook almost.
That is right, but luckily Blake seeming to have fought out of it and then brings him back in the hard way. Beautiful suplex, and that is the thing about Blake Tanner. Deceptively strong. 2 of the biggest words I would use to describe him. Ooh, but not strong enough to get that pin.
No. You gotta be more than just deceptively strong, I think, to be able to take down the Jeb-A-Dook just wholesale. It's gonna take an extreme competitor. It's not to say that I don't think Blake Tanner's capable of it, but I don't know if the run that he's had, he's capable of matching up with this Jeb-A-Dook.
That is right. It seems like Jeb-A-Dook coming to bat a perfect game tonight. And he's looking to put the exclamation point on it. Duke a whirl straight down into the mat, but he's not done. He's going for seconds.
Oh, good night. He's sucking the soul again.
That is right. Trying to suck the very soul of Blake Tanner out. And look at that. Oh, and look at this. That is the first fall scored. It would appear our Defiant commentary team refused to acknowledge this was a 2 out of 3 falls matchup.
That seems to be a gross oversight on their part. But seeing as one of the commentators is in the ring right now, I guess I'll have to save telling him off until later.
Did Blake just cheat? It almost seems like Blake just cheated, but it's coming back in his favor as he drops the Jeb-A-Dook just then and there. 1, 2. Kicking out is the Jeb-A-Dook. You can see Blake Tanner looking besides himself.
The problem right there, but if I were in his shoes after losing the first fall, you're put in the mindset of needing to do anything to even the score at the very least.
That is right. But you got to think, at the end of the day, that would also be a nice moral victory for Blake Tanner to at least get the only pinfall over the Jeb-A-Dook in this tournament. But I'll be honest, Jeb-A-Dook has been fighting the perfect fight tonight, in my opinion. Which, if he keeps this fight up, he may very well be walking out tonight as JWF champion.
But I'm already seeing, I can tell that both of these men are wanting this match to be over sooner. Well, I would say Jeb is trying to end this match as quickly as possible, but Blake Tanner, of course, showing us exactly what he is known for, that not giving up, that fighting spirit. I don't think he's thinking about his other match tomorrow night at this point. He is sucked in right here, right now.
That is right, but brings Jeb back in. Once again, that suplex dragging him back before. Looks to be setting up for another bee sting straight down onto the cranium. And goes for the pinfall off of it. 1, 2, kick it out is Jeb-A-Dook.
But you see, Jeb has managed to save himself. Jeb has managed to keep a lot of damage away from him.
He's up. Blake out. Straight to the skull. Falls into that pin. 1, 2, 3. And we are all tied up.
That is all that it took. And now we are down to just one more fall. Whoever gets it, gets it.
And it looks like the Jeb-A-Dook looking to go high risk, high reward. What in the world?
Jeb! What the hell is he thinking? He could have just damaged all of his chances tonight if he had hit the floor wrong.
That is right. The crowd chanting, "This is awesome." I got to agree. And Blake Tanner fighting back on the outside after that massive superplex, nearly 15 feet to the ground. You can see our referee Shibata trying to get things back into the ring. Finally, Blake Tanner obliges. And unfortunately, the Jeb-A-Dook seems to be set up in a perfect position for a Blake out. No, instead, look at the strength of Tanner.
Just lifting that whole Dook up.
That is right, and he's not done. He's not done. Going for another. No! Reverses the bee sting is the Jeb-A-Dook, who rolls Tanner over into it. Goes for the pin. 1, 2. Kicking out of it is Blakey T.
Not quite enough, but you can tell the wear and tear is affecting the bee more than the Jeb.
That is right. 1, 2. Nearly got a pinfall. Blake Tanner saying, if you want this tournament victory, you are going to have to pry it out of my cold, dead fingers. But unfortunately, I think the Jeb-A-Dook is one man who would be happy to oblige.
That is all that Jeb is about right now, but I would have to say
wait, Hold on. Trinity Bomb! Trinity Bomb!
Wait a minute.
1, 2, 3!
And the winner of the match and winner of the 2022 J1, he is the Jeb-A-Dook.
Well, Tibbs, you know, recently Blake Tanner has been quite vocal of certain competitors utilizing the Trinity Bomb maneuver. Of course, that rare technique only taught to world champions in this company. And I guess Jeb-A-Dook just proved to Blake he is not the only master of the Trinity Bomb, because the Jeb-A-Dook is walking out victorious.
This could be a sign of great things for the Jeb-A-Dook. That was well performed, I guess. We'll have to see what the future holds.
Well, it could very well hold gold if he can manage to pull that off in our main event this evening. But he has got a tall task ahead of him, the World Heavyweight Champion himself, the Dylan. Although, let's not forget, the only move that's ever been able to pin the Dylan was, in fact, the Duke-A-Whirl belonging to Jeb-A-Dook. But now, we move on to a whole nother championship matchup.
The following match is a fatal four-way elimination match for the JWF Defiant title. Introducing first, weighing in at well over 400 pounds, he is big. He is Cyrus. He is big. Cyrus Krane.
And Tibbs, if you want to talk about a guy who I think, as the kids referred to it today, as a glow-up, that is most certainly what I'm seeing right here out of this man, Big Cyrus Krane, a man who has been under the boot, you could say, of the man known as Lawrence Whitney for the past year, has finally broke out, decided to become his own man, and Tibbs, I'll be honest, he looks damn better than he ever did with Lawrence Whitney.
He has completely reinvented himself, Sills. Look at that man, Big Cyrus Krane.
That is right, but he's going to have to get through this man.
And his opponent, hailing from Tijuana, Mexico, they call him Bakula.
Now, Tibbs, I'm going to be honest. You want to talk about a wild card? This is your wild card. 110% going into this matchup. A lot of these other competitors we've been seeing a lot of lately, whether it be in the J1 tournament, whether it be just in general competition. This man, Bakula, we have not seen a lot of on television as of late.
Now, when you think of the Cananza match that determined the competitors for this match, I'm going to be honest, some of them I say deserved it, but Bakula, I would just say, survived. He could come in at the last moment. He could do anything. I mean, he could be the dark horse in this match.
That is right. You also got to consider a little bit of a chip on his shoulder, perhaps. I mean, you got to remember, Bakula's biggest moment in this company was, in fact, as a part of a tag team. Who was his partner? The man challenging for the World Championship tonight, the Jeb-A-Dook. So you got to think, the man known as Bakula is certainly looking to prove that he is on the same level as his old teammate. But here's one man that I don't think Bakula or Jeb could ever survive.
And their opponent is the Gamer's Gamer. Hello, everybody. His name is Mark Plays.
Sills, is Mark Plays doing the Triple H entrance?
He is, he was told that this was WrestlePalooza. He wants to have a big entrance, a grandiose entrance. The man known as Mark Plays coming down to the ring. He is taking absolutely all of his time to get there, too.
I can't believe we allow for shit like this. We don't have... Mark, I got a fight later. Come on, bud. Let's pick up the pace.
Yeah, and your match is up next, so you might be wanting him to wait a little bit longer.
He's got the fucking gauntlet again. God damn it.
He does appear to have this big ass fucking nerd, which I have been told by our commentary coaches I am approved to say in relation to specifically Mark Plays. But you got to think
It's more like Affinity Gauntlet, huh, Sills?
Yeah, sure. Well, this is a guy who came into this company. I think a lot of people were expecting him to blow up like a house of cards, like to become the next world champion, have a similar run to the man known as Robert Hill, but instead, he's been struggling to find his footing. And I think tonight, Mark Plays has got to focus up, or else he might be seen as a joke. Unlike...
Yeah, I gave him the contract.
That's right.
And finally, introducing your JWF Defiant Champion. He is a man's man, Chuck Gibbons.
And let me tell you something, if someone is coming into this match with their eyes focused on Mark Plays, it's gotta be Chuck Gibbons. You gotta remember there's a vendetta that goes long and strong between Chuck Gibbons and the man known as Mark Plays. Chuck Gibbons, he rose to prominence in this company as JXT champion, one of the biggest JXT champions in that company's history. But who ended that reign? The man known as Mark Plays. And you know Gibbons has been wanting to right that wrong ever since.
This could be Gibbons' night. Gibbon has been a wonderful, wonderful Defiant champion, but we're gonna have to see if he's able to keep it up against this wonderful menagerie of competitors, honestly.
Wait, hold on, Tibbs. Is that the... We gave them like $3,000 to design a belt. That's what they got?
Yeah, you hadn't seen it yet?
It's real bad.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they embezzled the rest of it, but honestly, I wouldn't put it past them.
Well, as the announcer said earlier, I will say this is a fatal four-way elimination matchup. We're not going to see any weird pinfalls turn into not pinfalls. All that needs to happen is one man has to outlast all other three. And in that case, I got to say the man known as Bakula, like you brought up, may have the biggest advantage there.
Exactly, Sills. I mean, it's a wonder enough watching him survive that Cananza match, but honestly, he did it by being smart. Bakula is a smart competitor. He knows when to hold them and when to fold them, as some would say.
That's right, and look at that, a massive super kick straight to the jaw of Chuck Gibbons. Meanwhile, on the outside, you can see Mark Plays and Big Cyrus Krane going after one another. I cannot help but wonder if perhaps a certain Lawrence Whitney might have bribed Mark Plays to really put a hurting on Big Cyrus.
That is true. They say Mark Plays is 100% mercenary if it calls for it. I mean, you could bribe the guy to do almost anything, because I know I did.
That is right. And oh, what a pile driver inside the ring for Bakula. Goes for the pin. 1, 2. Oh, we almost had a champion eliminated that early into the matchup. You got to think that would have changed the game entirely.
Yes, the entire makeup of this match would have changed dramatically, especially if Bakula had been the one to get the pin. Our underdog in this competitor knocking out the champion so early. Think about it.
That is right. Meanwhile, big strike straight to the jaw from Gibbons, who then picks him up and just slams him down with authority. Picks him back up, might be trying to end things quickly. That is right, taking Bakula to the homely suplex estate of the Gibbons household. And finishes it off with 3 as Mark Plays just tossed Big Cyrus, but it looks like it did not affect the big man at all.
Not at all. Big Cyrus tossed back. As you can see, in a strength versus strength match, it seems that Big Cyrus came out as the victor, which is not something you see when Mark Plays is in the picture too often.
That is right, and just saw that massive tackle just send Bakula across the ring. Goes for the pinfall. 1, 2, kicking out at 1 is Bakula. Big Cyrus now looking a little bit winded, but might be trying for that Cyrus salt. Can he hit it? No, instead opts for the elbow drop. Goes for the pinfall. 1, 2. Oh, kicking out again. Meanwhile, on the outside, look at that. Gibbons had Mark Plays wrapped up like a pretzel.
Going for that full technical acumen. Chuck Gibbons. Didn't seem like it worked out, but looks
right,
like Mark plays. Oh dear.
Yeah, Mark plays about to feed him a kill steal straight down onto those steel steps.
Ooh, that cannot feel good for our Defiant champion right there. He is in a dangerous place.
That is right. Mark plays absolutely ruthless on the outside of the ring. And you gotta think that has been a calculated effort on the part of Mark Plays, who gets dropped with an Olympic slam. But you gotta consider this. Mark Plays is yet to get in the ring. Where's the one place Mark Plays is safe? Outside of the ring, where those shoulders cannot get pinned to the mat. Wait a minute, Bakula. Bakula's been rolled up. 1, 2. Oh, Bakula turns it around. 1. Oh, kicking out.
We are just here at the. It is just a complete cluster of battle.
Rolls him up. Rolls him up. Big Cyrus rolled up. 1, 2. Kicking out of it. Meanwhile, Gibbons on the outside has been absolutely taken down, but now Big Cyrus looking to be taken for a ride. Dropped. Falling into that pinfall is Bakula. 1, 2, 3. And Big Cyrus with an elimination. But wait a minute, Gibbons! Kill steal! Kill steal! Kill steal! Bakula
what?
Goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3.
What? My God!
And just that quickly, we are down to 2. Bakula, who technically has scored the 2 eliminations, and Mark Plays.
Mark Blaze, who hit that kill steal. Bakula dropped in for the pin, and now it looks like Bakula is in position.
Locking him up! Locking him up! He's reaching back on it. He is seeking a tap out from the man known as Mark Plays.
I don't know. Mark is fighting with every inch of his being. He's got that dumb fucking glove.
Look at this, though. Bakula saying no. It's time to put the exclamation point on it. No!
Oh.
Mark Plays reverses. He reverses. Mega Drive. A shot across the bow towards one of his biggest rivals, Mega Ran. But Mark Plays not done. What is he going for?
I don't know. It looks like he's got a chair and he didn't care.
That's right. He grabbed that chair, but I think he noticed it may not even take a chair. Bakula's weak. No! He was playing possum! He was playing possum! Bakula's got Mark Plays down, but no! Oh no, he went to brag and that might have been too much. Backbreaker. And
Mark jumped out of the ring.
He's set up for it. The most electrifying move in gaming entertainment. The gamer's elbow straight to the heart. And I think that momentary discretion from Bakula. 1, 2, 3.
The winner of the match and new JWF Defiant Champion is Mark Plays.
Well, Tibbs, I know you've got to start getting to the ring to get ready for your matchup up next against Chuck Tibbs, but man, what a matchup. You argue the result all you want, but these 4 men proved that they have that Defiant spirit, but only one, unfortunately, was able to walk out calling himself the champ.
And that is what Mark Plays is good at. Mark Plays played to every strength of his, and he is holding the silver purple. Just for it.
Yeah, that's about it.
What's up, everybody? It's everyone's favorite commentator, Silver Spoon, here to remind you that if you're enjoying the show, if you're enjoying this great JWF pay-per-view, maybe consider giving back over at patreon.com/aloadofbs. That's right, for the price of a cup of coffee a month, you can support us, the Fight Boys, a load of BS. The entire network can benefit from just a few dollars a month from you. In addition, you get exclusive content like Wrestling History X from the Fight Boys. You get to check out old episodes of JWF. They're all waiting for you over there on patreon.com/aloadofbs. of BS.
Well, ladies and gentlemen at home, we have seen matches for tournament victories. We have seen matches for championships. But this match we are about to see is not about anything more than blood and hate. And only one can walk out victorious.
The following match is a Nautical Rules match, with the winner going on to face Momoa Curry and Night 2 of WrestlePalooza. Introducing first, the son of the captain, Chuck Tibbs.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, joining me as I stated earlier, one half of the men who are going to be challenging for the JWF Tag Team Championships tomorrow, Blake, Tanner. Blake, welcome. And I got to ask you this. You see Chuck wearing the Canada is for winner's vest. You got to think that's to get under his father's skin.
It's something that I know sticks under this man's craw 100%. He's got his Ribera jacket, Sills.
That is right. Rocking the Ribera.
And his opponent, hailing from the depths of the seven seas, he's your captain, Captain Tibbs.
Although I will say, I was talking about the Canada Charlie attire. The Canada is for winners gear. Chuck was wearing almost a shot across the bow to his father. Look at that shirt that Captain Tibbs is wearing. The Hammer Man is my favorite wrestler. Let me tell you something. That is one way to get a pissed off Chuck Tibbs coming your way.
If there's one thing I can say about the Tibbs family is that they love their little shots across the bow just like this. Tibbs has not even taken his Hammerman shirt off. He is wearing it throughout the day.
Spear!
Shit!
One! Oh, not even a one count before Captain Tibbs kicks out. What the hell? A spear starting the matchup. Because, I mean, let's not forget, as they announced earlier, this matchup is not just simply a blood grudge match. This also is an opportunity for history. Wait a minute, locks him in the label lock on the outside. Let me tell you something, Chuck Tibbs putting on a clinic, but the winner of this match will go on to make history and have the final match of the god of the JWF himself, Momoa Curry. But here's my thing, Blake. At the end of the day, Chuck, who, I don't know if it was out of jealousy or out of what, decided to attack his father, take him out of this matchup, or so he thought. But in my opinion, I don't know if that, I think if the boy had just asked for the matchup in the first place, Tibbs would have gave it to him.
Tibbs very well might have. I mean, I'm honest, if I'm being honest, Tibbs wants Chuck to succeed him more than I think most people understand. But Chuck has just not been there. He's never been there. I do also feel like this is possibly my fault for hitting him with a chair too many times several weeks ago on Defiant.
Oh, no,
as we open the show.
That's understood. Yeah, we all know it's your fault.
Okay, that's fine. Listen, if Tibbs has to make up for my mess, that's okay. Listen, I get that. I lost my match earlier today. I'm not fucking bulletproof.
All right, well, hold on. Looks like Tibbs taking Chuck to the outside, and this is where that Nautical Rules stipulation comes into play. You got to remember some of the things that both of these men have survived during these types of matchups. Hell, your tag team partner himself, Scotty Moore, hit an SMG off the top of a ladder through a flaming table to that 87-year-old man, Captain Tibbs, who gets the leg swept out from underneath him.
You know, I take that back. I may not be bulletproof, but if there's one person that I think is bulletproof, like legitimately bulletproof, it is Captain Tibbs.
Oh!
I don't think I've ever seen anything hurt him.
I don't know, that power bomb into that metal ring post may very well have hurt him, as now Chuck is looking to just take him on a tour of the ringside area, deciding to take apart one of our announce tables.
I think Chuck is legitimately trying to kill his father.
Well, at the end of the day, I think, unfortunately, Captain Tibbs has made it clear one too many times. Oh, wait a minute, look at the strength.
But
oh!
Tibbs.
Gut buster. But as I was saying, I think Tibbs has made it pretty clear that if you want that match against Momoa Curry, you will have to pry it out of his cold, dead hands, along with that steel chair, but no, Chuck interferes. And now
I think more than anything, Tibbs wants another chance to defeat Momoa Curry. That is all Tibbs wants right now. Tibbs wants to send Momoa Curry out on his back because I don't think Tibbs is ever leaving.
Fish hook. The captain's hook locked in on the outside, and you can see Chuck with nowhere to go, nowhere to run. And look at that, tapping out, but it's not inside the ring. That tap out does not count. But if nothing else, Captain Tibbs has just gotten a proof that he can, in fact, make Chuck tap out when it counts.
Absolutely. If nobody on this earth knows that captain's hook submission maneuver better than Captain Tibbs. Many have tried, including Chuck, and none have succeeded on the same level that the captain has.
That is right, and you can see Chuck not even bringing things back into the ring. Similar to the Mark Plays technique during that fatal four-way. You stay out of the ring, you ain't gonna get pinned. The only thing that can happen out there is more and more damage. And let's be honest, Chuck in the past has proven he can most certainly take a lot of damage.
That is true, but if there's anybody who knows how to give damage more than anyone, it is Captain Tibbs. I mean, we all study his technique.
Oh my God!
But God, the captain is down. The captain is bleeding.
Captain Tibbs going straight through that table, busted open a crimson mask, decorating the skull of our fair captain. And it looks like even Chuck is not sure of what he's done here. Wait, what the? You talk about a no-selling son of a bitch. Captain Tibbs barely even acknowledging that DDT as he gets whipped off the rope, shot up. Ow!
Captain Tibbs, look at that. He gets out of bed and he bleeds. He gets out he gets up after just almost anything, but after this damage.
1, 2, 2 3/4. We thought Chuck had finally broke the code of the captain, but instead, what in the world is the son of the captain thinking? No.
He's not going to do it again, is he?
Mocking the god of the JWF. Chuck Tibbs with a fisherman's spear straight to the rib cage. Goes for the pin. 1, 2. And Captain Tibbs proving that it's not going to work if Momoa Curry uses it tomorrow, and it's not going to work today. That spear is not going to take out a captain.
That is a thing about Chuck. He wants to try to prove that he can hit that spear.
Hold on. Oh my God, Trinity bomb onto a chair, 2. Oh, look at that. Chuck still got some fight left in him. He has got that chair underneath his fingers. He is trapped underneath that metal. But look at this. Oh, grabs the leg. Oh, finally manages to escape.
And that submission after a Trinity bomb, that is what they call the 1-2 punch. I have used that same combo, but it does not seem to have worked for Captain Tibbs' favor tonight. Chuck Tibbs, he is showing that amazing resilience. He is showing why he is the captain's son.
That is right, but now sends his father's skull first into that metal beam. You gotta think the back, the ribs, they are affected on Captain Tibbs, but he's still fighting out of it. I mean, I'll be honest with you, Blake, I don't know what Tibbs is gonna be able to throw at his son in this matchup.
I mean, really, that is the thing. Chuck knows his father's moveset so well.
Barely even able to crawl for that pinfall. Captain Tibbs 1, 2. Oh, 2 3/4. Chuck kicks out. You can see the blood now getting in the eyes of Captain Tibbs. He is unable to see, but he can. Oh, went for the massive kick to the jaw, but instead Chuck has stopped him. Oh, and could be looking for the eye of the storm. Can we see it? No! Tibbs avoids it. Goes for the pinfall. 1, 2. Oh, 2 3/4, but you can see Chuck is getting weaker with those kickouts.
Yes, but I have to respect Tibbs's hustle there on saying, hey, I avoided your move, you hurt yourself, I'm just gonna go for it.
That is right, but you can see working over the knee is Chuck Tibbs, who, what the hell? Oh my God! Oh my God, just ramming that chair into the knees, the lower body of Captain Tibbs, who, Tibbs avoids it.
Whipped it away.
That's right, but no, turns it around into a cutter. And oh no, Chuck's got that chair again. What devious thoughts are going through the mind of Chuck Tibbs?
I don't know, Chuck.
No.
Not his leg.
He has got the ankle of Captain Tibbs wrapped up like a pretzel inside of that steel chair. And oh my
Christ!
Oh my God!
God. How? His ankle should be broken!
I don't know, but you can see a lot of people think that might have been an offensive maneuver. That was a defensive play on the part of Captain Tibbs. Get him out of the ring as soon as possible. And look at this. Put him in a hold as soon as you can. Make sure he cannot move. Immobilize him and eradicate him. That was a veteran maneuver on the part of Captain Tibbs. He realized if he kept it in the ring, it could be all over in a second.
Truthfully, though, Captain Tibbs showing us the decades, literal decades of veteran knowledge that he has developed. He has been a role model for 3 generations of wrestlers, and he's still fighting. Shh, Tibbs, no.
Well, I have already brought up on commentary more than enough times what has happened the last time a Tibbs met a ladder, and it involved a flaming table and a whole lot of nights in surgery.
Another spear by Chuck.
That is right, just mocking the god of the JWF, the sacrilegious one known as Chuck Tibbs. Oh, and now climbing to the top, might be looking for the eye of the storm. Could we see it? Yes! Oh, but look at that. I don't know if you noticed that Chuck landed legs first onto that ladder. That is definitely going to slow him down. You can see it took him a while to get back up. Oh, instead grabs that chair again and once again is going to work. He wants to make his father tap out. He wants to use that captain's hook, a move that numerous times on commentary, Tibbs has called Chuck out for not being able to utilize. I think Chuck's wanting to prove he perfected it, and it's all it's going to take his father out. But oh, not if the captain has anything to say about it.
I mean, honestly, the captain has had everything to say about it. This has been a clinic of what?
Well, it really would not be a Tibbs match if some random WWE guy didn't show up and immediately get punked out by Captain Tibbs.
Fuck yeah, Captain Tibbs. You know what? You send him out. You send fucking...
Oh,
yeah, you walked out of SmackDown.
But a clothesline to the back of the head levels Lesnar, but unfortunately, I think that may have just given Chuck enough time to get back to his feet. I knew Vince would pull one more bullshit move before he left.
He's a fucking free agent now, Silv, so you never know what's gonna happen.
Jesus! Well, I was gonna say there was almost a look of hesitation on the face of Captain Tibbs, almost not wanting to go to the depths that his son has, but I think Captain Tibbs proving that he's willing to go down to Davy Jones's locker.
Lord, he's doing it. Tibbs.
Well,
Tibbs?
Blake, I think any depth that Chuck can go to, Captain Tibbs can go even deeper. He is about to,
no!
Chuck escaping. Chuck getting out of it, but you can see Captain Tibbs blinded trying to climb to the top. And now, father and son meeting atop this ladder, sky high above the JWF universe, and they are just putting fisticuffs to one another.
But oh my god, Tibbs is flailing, Tibbs is falling, but he's getting
struggling.
Back
you can see his son mocking him, but wait a minute!
Tibbs!
No! Tibbs has got him! Oh, my man! Chuck's body landing on the hardest part of the apron before flopping to the outside lifeless. And Captain Tibbs just jumps over the ropes as if to make a point, but Chuck avoids it.
Oh my God, I thought he killed him for a second. I've never seen anything like that. I've never seen a superplex onto the ring apron, onto the outside. Chuck's body was just splayed out like a fucking trophy.
That is right, but wait a minute. Went for the knee in the corner. Chuck avoids it. No. Trinity bomb.
Trinity bomb.
Boom.
Oh.
Goes for it. 1, 2. Captain Tibbs. Captain Tibbs is struggling. He is in pain. There is blood pouring down the face of our fair captain, and he has nowhere to go. But wait a minute. Pulls the leg. But look at this. He is not even able to get back to his feet. Chuck knows he has to capitalize.
That ankle of Captain Tibbs looks like it's finally given out after I don't know what kind of fighting spirit he had to put into that to keep it working. Captain Tibbs.
And now Chuck from the top rope. Wait a minute. No, I think he saw his father coming after him. And
here he comes. Chuck is...
I think he has realized that it is probably not a wise move. God! Especially when there's a Tibbs with a chair.
Captain Tibbs offering no quarter to his son, no chance to get down off of that ladder, no nothing. I
think what just happened is Captain Tibbs saw his son choke. He saw his son on top of that ladder, and he saw him choke. And I think Captain Tibbs would forgive a lot of things, but he most certainly will not forgive a kid that chokes under pressure. But it looks like Chuck Tibbs trying to overcome it right now.
If there is anything I would say is the worst thing in the JWF, it is seeing the look of disappointment on Captain Tibbs' face. And I just saw that now. It's even there. Oh, no.
Once again, mocking Momoa Curry is Chuck Tibbs. Spear! What?
Tibbs!
Not even a 1 count. The referee's hand could not even touch the mat. Captain Tibbs' body is limp. It's barely moving, but it's not lifeless.
Okay, so answer me a question. Tibbs isn't 100% human, is he?
I am not sure what back alley deals himself and the god of the JWF may have made, but you can see Chuck Tibbs staring underneath that ring, looking for something, clamoring for something underneath the ring. And now finally it looks like he has found it. The steel pipe. That pipe that he used to crack his father in the back of the skull. That is the pipe that sent his father to the hospital, and now he is just cracking Captain Tibbs in the ribs with it.
He is taking it to Tibbs in the exact same places he attacked him before. He's just throwing the pipe down. The damage has been done. I mean, is there any way Tibbs can fight out of this?
I don't know, but it looks like all of the damage to the ribs Chuck is just looking to exacerbate, sending his father into this ring, utilizing it essentially as a weapon. But Captain Tibbs fights out of it.
Tibbs, as always, seems to just have a little bit more left in the tank. Just enough.
Shining Wizard!
To kick the shit out of his son.
And then a forearm shiver. Captain Tibbs, he is running on pure adrenaline and quite possibly cocaine, but he has got his son trapped. That ladder is stuck in place. Chuck has nowhere to go. And he's locked in. He's locked in. He's locked in the hook. And he taps.
The winner of the match is Captain Tibbs.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, after what was a hard-fought battle, the man known as Captain Tibbs has secured his opportunity to go to the main event of Night 2 of WrestlePalooza 5 to face off against one of his oldest friends and even older rivals in the form of the god of the JWF, Momoa Curry. And Tibbs, you know Momoa is in the back looking on happy at this matchup.
You know, Silves, I would have to say this is fated to be. This is exactly what needed to happen. I think that Tibbs may have dipped into whatever reserves is keeping him alive to win this match. And honestly, I don't know if that bodes well for him in his match with Momoa Curry, but he got the match. That is Captain Tibbs. This is something that we will never see again.
That is right, but now we move on to this next matchup. An impromptu, I guess, matchup. This is an open challenge, we've been informed, conducted by... Oh, what the shit?
Holy shit, okay, I'm back. What the fuck's going on?
Whoa, 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 hey, whoa, whoa, hey, what
Terry!
Whoa!
Can't do that.
Hey.
What is this magic bullshit? That was a Chaos Emerald!
And that means that must be...
The following match is an open challenge. Introducing first, the craziest man in the multiverse. They call him Shitty Terry.
So this is Chaos form Shitty Terry, I would assume. The man who recently said that he has issued an open invite to the multiverse, Tibbs. And he said that this challenge is open to any competitor across the 9 realms, but I'm not sure who exactly would answer it.
Wait.
No.
Grandpa?
Like, holy shit, what? Introducing his opponent, Minoru Suzuki. What?
Tibbs, I need you to understand that you are not concussed. I mean, you're probably concussed from your previous match, but this is real. This is now. This is happening.
He's here. He's here, Sills. I've wanted this for 20 years.
Well, our fans have been waiting to say something for even longer, so let's just shut up for a moment. Tibbs, it's Minoru fucking Suzuki.
All right, Terry, you fucking got me.
How did
you fucking got me, Terry?
Shitty Terry pulled Minoru Suzuki. Well, I don't even, Tibbs, I'll be honest, I don't even know how to call this.
I'm not entirely sure what's going on anymore, and I have to take your word for it, Sills. My left retina's detached, and I am just kind of gliding through right now.
Well, Tibbs, I'll tell you, Minoru Suzuki and Shitty Terry are putting the absolute boots to one another. What a sling blade from Shitty Terry leveling Suzuki. Tibbs, these two guys aren't stopping. This is like a freight train.
This is... I've never expected to see such massive action as I am seeing right now. And I just got finished with one of the best matches I think I've ever had in my life. And god damn it, Terry, you fucking stole my thunder, you piece of shit.
Oh, wait a minute, grabbing the hook. Suzuki takes him down. Oh, working on the legs. And I'll be honest, that is a strong idea from Suzuki. That is a man who really is good at just picking apart a body. And for Shitty Terry with those long legs of his, those are an immediate target for someone like Suzuki.
Suzuki, who, I mean, is a master of strikes. He is just pain incarnate. He is a man I respect more than any other in professional wrestling and Japanese wrestling especially.
And he's fighting Shitty Terry.
Don't remind me.
All right, but wait a minute. Terry fights back. Suzuki seemed to have things in control, but now the Shitty One fights back. Oh, and what a knee strike. Straight to the shoulder. Sends Suzuki over the top, bounces off the ropes. Oh, went for a spear, but no. Suzuki fights back, but Terry's immediately back on him. These two men are like pit bulls in this ring right now, Tibbs.
Absolutely. I mean, so this is just completely non-stop violence. If you had asked me if Shitty Terry was capable of this amount of mayhem and hellfire, I would not have expected it. But he also grew out the mustache.
That is right, but now, came down off the ropes looking for those vicious double foot stomps. Almost looks like Terry has upgraded his repertoire in the ring as well.
He is more than just the master of hustle, loyalty, and shit right now. He is just shit food.
He is the king of shit style. Coming off the top rope. What in the world? Oh, what a drop kick. Goes for the pinfall. Kicking out at one is Minoru Suzuki. And what has looked to become a increasingly technical bout in this Shitty Terry Open Invitational.
Sills, if I see Shitty Terry pull out the Gotch-style pile driver, I think I'm retiring.
Well, he did just pull out a code breaker, but instead got his tummy rumbled by the man known as Minoru Suzuki.
Minoru Suzuki, the Rumbler.
That is right, but wait a minute. Pulls him up, takes him down. Taking down the Shitty Plane is the man known as Minoru the Rumble Suzuki. Pulls him back into the ring and, might be going after those legs again. The man known as Shitty Terry is in dangerous territory. That knee is just being cranked on by Suzuki.
I honestly think the greatest insult here is that Minoru Suzuki is proving to Shitty Terry that he is, in fact, the hot shit.
Rolls him up! 1, 2! Kicking out at 2 is Suzuki, but that is just the momentum builder that Shitty Terry needed. Was trying to pull him up, going for something big, but instead Suzuki fights back. Terry fights out of it, whips him into the ropes. He's got Suzuki on the outside. What's Shitty Terry thinking? Gets the spear to the outside.
Terry pulling no punches here. Shitty Terry's proving why he is the master of shit.
That is right, but now the Shitty One being pulled up by Suzuki. Our referee at a count of 3. As Terry avoids that kick, sweeps him to the earth. And now, sends Suzuki into that guardrail. What is the Shitty One thinking? Sends him into the ring post as well. Terry is using every single part of this ringside area he can to cause damage.
And we are just seeing the
Why is Shitty? Look at that, he is locked in the ankle lock, and Terry, look at that, almost forced to tap, but Terry avoids it, gets things back in the ring at the very last second, and Zaguri takes down Suzuki.
Shitty Terry seems to have so much of Suzuki's repertoire memorized, but no, Suzuki.
That is right, but wait, Terry fights back. And sends him down and wrenches back on that arm.
He is trying to out-murder Minoru Suzuki, and I can tell you, that is a hefty task.
No! What's Terry thinking? Oh my God!
The shoulder is not supposed to bend that way. That is, I don't know how he has not popped that shoulder into pieces.
He's not done either. Terry looking to put the exclamation point on it. Birthed in shit. 1, 2. Kicking out at 2 3/4 off the birthed from shit. Minoru Suzuki.
Shit nare.
That is right. Wait a minute though. Wait a minute.
Suzuki, get him. Yes, that is what I.
was trying to set up for that God-style pile driver he likes to employ. Terry gets out of it, hits the enziguri. Shitty Terry's coming back. He might have this.
If Shitty Terry pulls this out, Sills, I'm seriously considering being done.
All right, but wait
I
a
might
minute.
retire with
Sends him
Momoa
to the
at that
outside.
point.
Oh, mamma mia, tope paniero.
This is just...
The crowd chanting, this is awesome, and Tibbs, I have to agree.
Mayhem in a bottle. That is what Shitty Terry is pure chaos incarnate. Shitty Terry is mass shit on fire. He is a dumpster fire of a tire fire of a hellfire of a man. And you never know what Shitty Terry's gonna fucking do.
On a night featuring the father and son grudge match, featuring the finals of the J1, featuring the Dylan versus the Jeb-A-Dook for the title. How is it that Shitty Terry is in his open challenge putting on a clinic tonight? Oh my God!
It is gonna be a toss-up. Shit, Sills, we have 2 match of the year contenders, maybe 3, maybe all fucking 4 tonight at WRESTLEPalooza.
That is right, and you can see Shitty Terry getting things back into the ring. And then,
This
wait
is
a
just
minute.
night 1.
That is right. This is just night 1. Night 2's got a whole hell of a lot of action coming to you live tomorrow night. We got that triple threat for the tag titles. We've got, went for the double foot stomp, but Suzuki avoids it. We've got Momoa Curry versus Captain Tibbs, Ghazi versus Crush Atlas, which you know the man known as Lawrence Whitney is most certainly going to be watching closely.
Man, you just reminded me I'm gonna have to fight Momoa Curry tomorrow night. I've been looking forward to this and dreading it for many years.
That is right, but now, look at that, a count of 6, and Terry, what the hell is Terry thinking? Oh my God!
Terry just coming down with a shit handle.
That is right, but wait, Suzuki! Suzuki turns things around, sends Terry into the announce table before grabbing him. What is the leader of Suzuki-gun thinking? Takes it
Spending
back.
so much time just fighting on the outside, I was worried that they were going to be too preoccupied with hurting each other.
That is right, but wait a minute, takes things back. Terry wants to take things to the outside. But instead goes around. What is he thinking now? We see Suzuki sweeps out the leg and then sends him straight into that announce table. And now Terry whips him in, might be trying to think shitstorm maybe, or perhaps even a power bomb through the table, but not if Suzuki has anything to say about it. Sends the shot straight to the jaw, and then, no! Gotch pile driver on the floor!
God, that feels so good, Silks.
But it looks like Suzuki is not done breaking the count of our referee before pulling Shitty Terry back up to his feet. What is Suzuki thinking?
Suzuki is only thinking one thing. He has one thing on his mind. Murder. Pain. Murder.
And the murder grandpa has pulled Terry back up top. And that can mean only one thing. Gotch pile driver through the table. My God.
Son of a bitch. You gotta see this, Sills. I don't know if my heart can take any more of this. After my match, after watching Minoru Suzuki Gotch pile driver Shitty Terry through the announce table, I think that might be it.
But wait a minute. Look at this. Suzuki almost opting to be willing to take the count out. But no, Terry says no. Terry says no. Shitty Terry is still in the fight, and he is going after Suzuki. The shots, the fist, the pain, but no. He's got him up. Was gonna go for that package pile driver, but Suzuki lands that vicious lariat straight to the jaw. And now Terry is directly in position, and he is locked up, but no. Before he can fully lock it in, gets the head knocker off. And then Shitty Terry. Oh, wait a minute. Canadian Destroyer!
Jesus!
A
Hellfire in a bottle,
Shitty
Terry!
Destroyer! But no!
Oh, but Suzuki says no!
He's locked him in! He's locked him in! He's locked him in! The knee bar's locked in! Shitty Terry has nowhere to go! Nowhere to go for Terry! And he taps!
Yes!
He taps!
The winner of the match, Minoru Suzuki.
Well, Tibbs, a out-of-nowhere match of the year candidate between Shitty Terry and, of all individuals, the man known as Minoru Suzuki.
Sills, I had a come to Jesus moment. I saw the white light. Suzuki, Minoru Suzuki. My God, Shitty Terry, you have proven yourself to not only be...
Wait a minute.
Oh, a shake!
Show of respect between two murder grandpas.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following event is scheduled for one clusterfuck and is set to occur in Birmingham, Alabama.
Introducing first, he is the bearded man from the Badlands, the absolute Badlands, Scotty Moore! And in the other corner, sporting the modest plaid on plaid on plaid, the man with the plaid crown, the plaid is plaid on the plaid, the man who knows nothing about wrestling and everything about plaid, Blake Tanner.
I'm sorry, was I supposed to do something there? I thought this was just you two.
Oh,
No, that's Dylan. Hey, Dylan.
And we are the Fight Boys, and it's a show about professional and not so professional wrestling. Make sure to check us out, because when you're a fight boy, you're a fight boy for life.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, and now we are moving on to our main event of night one of WrestlePalooza. And it looks like someone has come dressed to the nines in the form of the #1 contender, the Jeb-A-Dook.
You gotta bet that the Jeb-A-Dook was hoping he'd wear this outfit tonight. Just look at this man.
That is right. And you know, a lot of times in professional sports and professional athletics, you love to hear about an underdog story. You love to hear about someone who came from nothing and ended up on top. But sometimes you just want to see the best versus the best. You want to see seed 1 versus seed 2. And that is exactly the matchup we are getting tonight, because this man and his opponent, the Dylan, have been sitting atop our power rankings for many, many months.
Absolutely, Sills, and I mean, it's just completely fortuitous. Jeb-A-Dook won his the finals of the J1 tournament today, and we get to see this beautiful, beautiful match.
That is right, and here he comes, the Terminator of the JWF men's division himself, the Lord of the smart side, the technical spectacle, whatever you want to call him. I simply call him champion. It's the Dylan.
Dylan coming out in spades as well. He is showing us that he may be main eventing night 1 of WrestlePalooza, but he is something that everybody came to see.
That is right. You have to consider the Dylan a once-in-a-lifetime performer. He is a guy who you don't see often. He's not a champion who likes to come around, parade himself out every week. He thinks that's time that would be better served in camps. That would be time better served training for your next matchup. Which is why on the road to WrestlePalooza, we did not see the Dylan that often. And when he came, more than anything else, the Dylan was giving advice to Jeb-A-Dook for this night. But
there are some competitors who may have attacked me earlier tonight who say they do the same shtick. But I'll sit here and say that nobody does it better than the Dylan.
That is right. But like I was saying, the name of this match has been about focus. Like I said, all the Dylan's game has been since Jeb-A-Dook won the Regal Rumble has been focus. Focus on Jeb-A-Dook's weak game, focus on the points where you can make it in and get a quick tap. Meanwhile, for Jeb-A-Dook, his mind has been scattered. His mind has lost focus. And unfortunately, that's what many people online are saying could lead to a loss for the Dook one tonight.
We'll have to see, Sills. We will have to see.
The following match is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, he is the Jeb-A-Dook. And his opponent, hailing from Orlando, Florida, your JWF World Champion, the Dylan.
All right, and you can see the Dylan staring down at that championship, that legacy that has been with this company since the beginning, and passing it off for what very well may be the last time tonight at WrestlePalooza 5. Hold it high, Gibby!
Oh, and you love to see it, Sills.
That is
The
right.
little rat of champions.
That is right, and you also have to consider this. We like talking about, oh! Shotgun splash out of nowhere from the Jeb-A-Dook, and then a kick to the back. That J1 victory may have just given him the fire in the belly he needs. But as I was saying earlier, the Dylan, we like to talk about him almost like he is the final boss of this company, like he is untouchable. But there's still a lot in this company the man known as the Dylan has yet to accomplish. For instance, this is the first ever, oh wait a minute, cattle mutilation. First ever cattle mutilation I think I've seen at WrestlePalooza, but also this is the first time the Dylan has ever came into WrestlePalooza with a championship, and you know for a fact he's looking to defend it.
Exactly. Dylan is more used to winning championships at WrestlePalooza or any big banner marquee show, but coming into it with the gold, that is a completely different mindset, Sills, and I don't think I need to tell you that, but to the listeners at home, it is it is hard to give that championship belt up, to hand it over to the referee and know you may never see it again, no matter how hard you fight.
That is right. You can see the Dylan already working on some of those shoulder joints. You got to think those were definitely weakened during Jeb's matchup against Blake Tanner earlier in the night. Which, I mean, you got to think, I don't think there was a game plan behind the scenes or anything like that, but you got to think Blake Tanner's moveset does work quite serendipitously with the Dylan's moveset that likes to target those upper shoulders and neck area.
That is very true, Sills. This could be a very dangerous predicament for the Jeb-A-Dook because he will be focus fired on the same weak points that he was earlier tonight, and it's not gonna feel good. He probably went down, iced himself off, put on his fancy little white and gold attire, which I love, by the way, but I'll tell you, it's still gonna be hurting him.
Oh! That's definitely going to be hurting right there. A beautiful suplex. Nothing fancy about it. Just a classic maneuver that, when performed correctly, can cause a lot of damage. And if there was a better way to describe the competitor known as the champion himself, the Dylan. Wait a minute. He's locked him up. 1, 2. Oh, gets out of it is the Dylan. What a beautiful pinning predicament. But wait a minute. Dylan turns it around into one of his own. 1, 2. Oh, Jeb kicking out of it. And
I
look
would
at
have
that.
to
The
say
champion.
a little bit of
Champion showing anything you can do, I can do better.
yes, a little bit of tete-a-tete with the submission maneuvers.
That is right, but that is not what the Jeb-A-Dook was looking for. But instead, Dylan avoids the attempt at the Duke World. Let's not forget, only one move has pinned the Dylan since the birth of JWF Ignition, and it is in fact Jeb-A-Dook's signature Duke Whirl. Now, while it may not have been performed by Jeb-A-Dook on that night, just imagine how the expert of the maneuver will fare in this matchup.
It could very well lead to another victory over the Dylan. It could lead to something that many have speculated for a long time, that the Jeb-A-Dook is going to get his hands on the JWF World Heavyweight Championship.
That is right, and then prise him up. You know that is something the entire universe would love to see. What a slam! Oh, but Dylan kicks out of it. And now you gotta think, the road Jeb-A-Dook has been down to get here. He had to tackle 29 other men at this year's Regal Rumble competition, coming out on top. And then ever since, surviving the J1. Oh, Duke-A-Whirl! Duke-A-Whirl out of nowhere!
Hit him!
Oh, but look at that. Might have been too slow to capitalize. Oh, instead just goes for a kick. And I will say the first Duke-A-Whirl did not pin the Dylan in that initial match. Maybe Jeb studied the tapes, said, I'm not even going to worry about a pinfall.
That could be very well the strategy of the Jeb-A-Dook. I will say, though, if I were Jeb and I were in this situation, I fought hard to win my match against Blake Tanner in the J1 finals to gain another opportunity at this championship. If I were Jeb, honestly, I would give it my all in this match, but I would be more focused on trying to learn the moves of the Dylan, trying to understand the Dylan and how he works one-on-one.
That is right, but oh, look at that. Jeb-A-Dook calling forth for the energy from the JWF universe as he takes things to the outside. Oh, might have been trying to suplex Dylan back into that hard ring apron, but instead, what in the world is the Lord of the Smart Side thinking? Oh, dumps him to the outside. I think we may have seen this before. I know he pulled it out during his match with Scotty Moore. And just a couple of months ago, that's right, he's the D off of it. Boom! What a leg drop.
Completely right to the back of the skull and the neck of the Jeb-A-Dook. That is going to, that's going to compress vertebrae. That is going to honestly, it could have completely turned the Jeb-A-Dook into a quadriplegic there instantly.
That is right, but instead, looks like he is back to his feet, and the Dylan is still trying to put more punishment on him on the outside. And this is a lot more of a vicious tactic than we've seen in the past from the Dylan. A little bit less technical tonight. Do you think Jeb-A-Dook might also be bringing something out new in the Dylan?
Well, Sills, I would say that this could potentially be almost a more old style. I don't know. The Dylan, he seems to be going to more of a brawler style, which is honestly something that the technical spectacle is well known for, but this doesn't seem like it's the Dylan that we have all known, and it may be because he's watched the Jeb-A-Dook and knows what it takes to beat him in a one-on-one match.
That is right, and it looks like he is going to take him, straight into that ring post. Oh,
the technicality of the Dylan may be just in this viciousness. Jesus!
And look at that, wisely getting back into the ring. And let's not forget, this is how he won his matchup against Momoa Curry on the latest episode of JWF Defiance. The Dylan targeted a wink point, got an injury on the outside, and took the count out. And it looks like he's more than willing to close out WrestlePalooza the same way.
Champion's advantage right there,
but not going to let that happen.
Jeb keeps getting up. The Jeb-A-Dook has learned many times he may not have been able to cinch the wins in JXT. He may have had a rocky upbringing. He may have had some hard times. But if there's anyone that can overcome hard times, it's the Jeb-A-Dook.
That is right, and it looks like he's trying to suck the soul of the Dylan, but directly in the ropes is the Lord of the Smart Side. Goes for the pin. 1, 2. Kicking out at 2 is the Dylan. Who, let's be honest, if Jeb had locked in that Soul Taker any longer, it would be all over for the champ.
Absolutely, Sills. That Soul Taker, it is no joke. It does leave you feeling drained. It does take some of your soul. So you don't really want to get in it for too long.
That is right, but now, wait a minute. Dylan locks him up. Could we see it? D-Trigger! Falls into the pinfall. 1, 2. 2 3/4. Jeb kicking out, and you can see Dylan, a little bit of frustration growing on the face of the champ. You got to think Dylan did not expect this much out of the Jeb-A-Dook tonight.
Maybe so, Sills, but honestly, if that's the Dylan's position, I think that
He's locked him up. He's locked him up. Anaconda Vice. Anaconda Vice.
This
and
is
the
it.
Jeb-A-Dook has nowhere to go. The
No,
Jeb-A-Dook
Jeb's
has nowhere
fighting.
to
He ain't
run.
gonna.
Oh, Jeb-A-Dook,
Okay.
you can see he's struggling, but wait a minute. Wait a minute.
What?
He's turned him over. Oh!
Jeb
Rolls him
broke out
out.
of the vice.
Breaks out of the vice, sends him into the turnbuckle, and then what a splash from the Duke one. Who's not done? Oh, Jeb-A-Dook feels the power of the JWF universe coursing through his veins, but no, Dylan fights out of that attempt at the slam. Oh, what a running knee.
If I were Dylan right now, I would be very concerned that the Jeb-A-Dook broke out of my Anaconda Vice, and I'd be willing to do anything.
No. He's up, he's up, he's up. Oh, could we see it? Yes, what a power bomb.
Very good power bomb. Thought he was going for a Trinity bomb there, not something we see the Dylan break into.
That's right, but instead, oh, an elbow drop off the top rope. You're right, we are seeing a lot of moves pulled out from the Dylan that we do not usually see. I think whether he would like to admit it or not, the Duke one certainly has the Dylan pulling out bottom of the barrel. He's using every maneuver he's got in the books.
All the stops are coming out. This is the Dylan, pure and raw.
Oh, but wait a minute. Jeb! Oh, he's got the champ. Seeing his own blood, slams him to the mat. Oh, and Jeb's
That
not
right
finished.
hook.
Jeb is closing in. Could we see it? Slams him down. Oh, Tibbs. The crowd is on their feet, and they are readying to go.
Watch him do the crawl. This is it. This could be it.
The Jeb-A-Dook crawling in deep with the Dylan in his sights. The Duca whirl. No, Dylan.
No.
Dylan avoids it. No, he's up. He's up. Trinity bomb.
Oh!
Trinity bomb.
He did it.
2. Jeb kicked out.
Oh, he's
Jeb
rolling.
kicked out.
And he's rolling it over.
He's wrenching back on it. Wrenching back. The Jeb-A-Dook is bent in half. His spine is breaking, but he manages to get that leg out from underneath the Dylan.
And that is the Jeb-A-Dook's resilience. My God.
Oh, wait, what the?
He did it.
He did it. He appeared behind him, and he's not done. He's back in it. He's back in it. One more time.
If it doesn't work the first time, just do it again.
That is right. It took 2-2 to take the champ down. Looks like it's gonna be 2 more to take a belt back. Goes for it. Duca whirl. Goes for the pin. 1, 2. Oh, the Dylan. The Dylan's still in it.
The Dylan's still showing us why he is the champ and why he's been the champ for so damn long.
Hey, whoa,
Oh, the kip up!
Camp up out of nowhere, but no. Jeb avoids it. Looks like Dylan trying to build momentum, but everything
Can't
the
do it.
Jeb-A-Dook is doing is stopping him at the pass. There is nothing the champ has been able to do to build any momentum.
No, the Dylan seems to be stopped at every opportunity, and look at Jeb.
Look at that Dylan now complaining about a broken back. He got Jeb-A-Dook distracted, and then what the fuck?
Upper Dicker!
Upper Dicker! Low blow! Low blow! Low blow! What the hell? We've not seen the Dylan use that for years. That's ridiculous. This is not what this championship's about. Damn it! 2,
The first
3.
The winner of the match, and still JWF World Champion, the Dylan.
Tibbs does the Dylan still have the addendum in his contract to where he can legally utilize low blows in matches?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. So this Jagoff has been playing us for fools, I guess. His entire damn championship reign. Waited until he could get the belt. Waited until he was on a high stage and just decided, I'll give it all up because all it's going to take is a few shots where the sun don't shine and I can keep my championship belt. This is ridiculous.
Yeah. The Dylan has spit so much. What is he doing now?
He is spitting in the face of the JWF universe. He is spitting in the face of the JWF championship. And right now he appears to be spitting in the face of the man who, in my opinion, should be your next JWF world champion, the Jeb-A-Dook. What the hell is this kid thinking, Tibbs?
The final boss of JWF, indeed! Son of a bitch!
He is
Bamboozled me for years.
Oh,
Technical
no. Oh,
spectacle,
God,
my
no.
ass!
And now he is choking out the Jeb-A-Dook, wrenching on the back with the anaconda vice. And, well, ladies and gentlemen, I thought we had a champion to be proud of coming into this show, but instead, looks like we've got this kid.
Damn shame.
But, ladies and gentlemen, we still have one hell of a night of action left to go in WrestlePalooza Night 2. A triple threat match for the tag titles. The Women's Championship is going to be defended. What's going to be an epic clash. And then, of course, the main event, the final encounter, Momoa Curry versus Captain Tibbs one last time.
It will be absolutely, positively cannot miss.
That is right, but until then, he's been Captain Tibbs, I've been Silver Spoon, and this was JWF WrestlePalooza, and we will see you next time.